We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. The Bureau of Customs has reinstated several officials that were relieved following an investigation into the entry of suspected smuggled sugar at the port of Subic. Customs Commissioner Yogi Filimon Ruiz also announced the end of the investigation and cleared them of irregularities. Ruiz said the probe showed they have not shown negligence in connection with the supposed entry of smuggled sugar. He added that their internal investigation disclosed that the shipments were processed properly and no violation or discrepancy in the subject shipments was found. Their documents from the Sugar Regulatory Administration and Food and Drug Administration, among others, also showed no irregularities. The shipments contain 140,000 sacks of refined sugar from Thailand. All persons deprived of liberty can now exercise their right to vote. This following the Supreme Court decision allowing inmates to register and participate in the national and local elections. The Commission on Elections welcomed the move in making the elections more inclusive. In a statement, Comelec acting spokesperson John Rex Laujanco said that in upholding the validity of Resolution number 9371, the Supreme Court affirmed Comelec's commitment to the rule of law, due process, fair play, equity, and in championing the constitutional right of all qualified Filipino citizens. Included in the resolution are PDLs who are formally charged for any crime, those who are awaiting their trial, and even those who are convicted of disloyalty to the government. Instead of abolishing the Sugar Regulatory Administration, a lawmaker is proposing to create a more effective system along with the tightening of some provisions in terms of discretionary powers. In an interview, Senator Francis Tolentino explains it will be more practical to just limit the powers of the SRA administrator to its internal function, with a 5-man board that acts as collegial body in deciding any policies. Tolentino, who is also the chair of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee, said the series of visits to sugar warehouses stemmed from the controversial Sugar Order number 4 that seeks to import about 300,000 metric tons of sugar. Admitting that the matter should be discussed, he said the Senate committee is also inclined to deal with smugglers and customs officials, which will expand and lengthen the investigation on the sugar issue. Two new officials of the New Information Bureau, an attached agency of the Office of the Press Secretary, took their oath today before Press Secretary Trixie Cruz Angeles. Cruz Angeles led the oath-taking of Raymond Robert Cruz Burgos as NIB Director and Lian Letawa Patugalan as NIB Assistant Director. Burgos and Patugalan will replace Virginia Arcilia Agday and Aldrin Fermin respectively. Burgos was previously a member of the Board of Directors and Chief Finance Officer of the Manila Economic and Cultural Office. He was also a member of the Board of Directors of the Philippine Journalists Incorporated and Vice President and Publisher of the Journal Group of Publications. Meanwhile, Patugalan was a reporter and a former writer under the office of then-Senator Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. The News and Information Bureau provides information on the government's programs, activities, and accomplishments through its attached newswire service, the Philippine News Agency. That's the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. I am Stephanie Sevillano. Good day.